Ever notice how all these wealth creation videos promise you'll become rich in 30 seconds? Sipping mojitos on a private island while your bank account magically triples? Yeah, me neither. Let's be real. If getting rich was that easy, we'd all be billionaires lounging around on Elon Musk's spaceship. Now, before we dive headfirst into a pool of false hopes, let me be clear about something. I'm not here to sprinkle magic dust on your finances, nor am I about to offer you a membership in some fairy tale society of millionaire wizards. No, sir. This video is all about 9 practical strategies to master wealth creation. And don't worry, it's all going to make sense by the time you watch this entire video, because my plan is to break down some brutally realistic, proven, and battle-tested strategies to get you there. I suggest taking notes because it's about to get real. So, without wasting any more time, let's dive in. Number 9, become an income ninja, multiple streams. Okay, first things first. You know what's riskier than skydiving without a parachute? Relying on just one source of income. Seriously, one income stream is like walking on thin ice. It might feel stable at first, but you never know when it'll crack. Becoming an income ninja means creating multiple streams. Think rental properties, dividends, side hustles, or even selling digital products. It's like having multiple Netflix accounts. If one goes down, you're still binge watching your way to the bank. I want you to picture all of your finances like a sturdy table. If that table has only one leg, your single paycheck. How stable is it really? One little wobble and your entire financial world could collapse. That's why multiple streams of income are the holy grail of wealth creation. It's not just a buzz phrase gurus toss around. It's a fundamental principle that can keep your money flowing, even if one source dries up. But here's the twist. Don't immediately jump on the trend bandwagon. If your friend is making a killing in e-commerce, that's awesome for them, but it might not be the right fit for you. Consider your time, your skill set, and your long-term goals. Does it make sense to start a YouTube channel? Or would ghostwriting for a blog be more practical given your schedule? There's no one-size-fits-all path to multiple income streams. All right, now look, it's time to address the elephant in the room. Now that you know multiple streams of income is the flex, what exactly should you start doing? Good question. 8. Invest in appreciating assets, stocks, real estate, and more. Let's get one thing out of the way. Despite what Dave Ramsey keeps preaching, your savings account alone isn't going to make you rich, especially when inflation tiptoes around like a sneaky thief, stealing your purchasing power year after year. If you're serious about wealth creation, you need to make your money work for you, not just lounge around in a low-interest savings account like it's on permanent vacation. That's where appreciating assets come into play. We're talking about stocks, real estate, index funds, or even well-researched alternative investments that actually grow in value over time. Now trust me, I get it. Nothing is guaranteed. But historically, if you look at the stock market's long-term trajectory, it tends to go up, despite crashes and corrections. Real estate, too, has its ups and downs. But over the long haul, it generally appreciates, especially if you buy in a solid location and manage it well. But how do you start? For stocks, consider a diversified approach, like broad market index funds, S&P 500, for example, if you want something relatively low maintenance. Or, if you're feeling adventurous, allocate a smaller portion to pick individual stocks, but do your homework. Companies like Apple, Microsoft, Google, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. And for real estate, maybe you begin by house hacking. Buy a multi-unit property like a duplex, live in one unit, then rent out the others. The tenants essentially cover your mortgage, and you build equity. Win-win. Oh, and if you're strapped for large amounts of capital, no worries. There are fractional real estate investment platforms and micro-investing apps that let you dip your toes in with smaller sums. The point is, once you have that extra money from your multiple income streams and your disciplined budgeting, putting some of it into appreciating assets can supercharge your net worth. But watch out for pitfalls. Don't blindly throw your money at the next hot investment just because your buddy from college said it's going to the moon. Actually research, understand the fundamentals. Remember, you're aiming for long-term growth, not a quick gamble. If you treat your investments like a casino, you might end up with casino-like results. And that's rarely good unless you're counting cards. And let's just say the stock market doesn't play by those rules. Finally, for those ready for the real wealth boss move, the one that separates the rich from the ultra-rich, brace yourself because here it comes. Number 7, set your money on autopilot, automated investing. Here's a little secret. Robots are taking over, but thankfully, they're handling our investments, not plotting world domination yet. Automated investing is basically having your very own money-making robot that never sleeps, never complains, and doesn't binge-watch TikTok. Automate your investments and you'll eliminate emotional investing, aka financial panic attacks. It's literally the laziest way to get rich, and frankly, the robot doesn't even mind. Automation removes the guesswork and the temptation. It's like having a personal finance butler that whisks money straight out of your checking account and places it lovingly into your savings or investment account. Let's say you can manage to put away 10% of your income. You set up an automatic transfer that on payday zips that 10% into a high-yield savings account or an investment portfolio. Boom. No effort on your part, no second guessing, no should I or shouldn't I. The money is gone from your main checking before you can even think about spending it. And trust me, you'll adjust to living on the remaining 90% faster than you'd expect. If you're dabbling in index funds, for instance, you could set up an automatic monthly contribution. Over time, those small, regular investments can balloon into something substantial thanks to the magic of compound interest. That's when your money starts working for you, rather than you working for it. Speaking of robots and emotionless logic, let's dive into a money skill that's purely psychological and why you see others get way further ahead than you do. Number 6, leverage relationships and networking. There's a saying that I absolutely love. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And while that might be a tad simplistic, there's a healthy dose of truth in it. Wealth creation isn't a one-person show. Your net worth often correlates with your network. Building genuine relationships with like-minded, growth-oriented individuals can open doors you didn't even know existed. Think about it. Maybe you meet a real estate investor at a local meetup who has a knack for spotting undervalued properties. You collaborate, pool your resources, and boom, suddenly you're co-owning an apartment building. Or perhaps you connect with a savvy marketing guru on LinkedIn who helps you scale your e-commerce side hustle into a full-blown business. The possibilities are endless. But networking isn't about hunting down people who can do things for you. It's about creating a mutual exchange of value. Ask yourself, what can I bring to the table? How can I help others grow? When you approach relationships from a position of generosity, you build trust and rapport. Those genuine connections can yield opportunities for partnerships, referrals, or even just moral support when the going gets tough. So now here comes the real question. Where do you find these people? Well, it's never been as easy as it is now. Online communities, social media groups, industry conferences, local seminars, heck, even volunteer organizations. The key is to put yourself out there. Polish up your LinkedIn profile, attend events with a stack of business cards, and practice your elevator pitch. And no, that doesn't mean spamming every living soul with a, "Hey, wanna buy my stuff?" message. It means showing genuine interest in what others are doing and offering help where you can. I've said this more times than I can count, but I'll say it again. The key here is simple. Seek out mentors. A good mentor can fast-track your progress by years, maybe even decades. They've made the mistakes you're about to make and can show you how to avoid them. Just remember that mentors usually aren't going to knock on your door. You've got to do some legwork. And if you can't get direct one-on-one mentorship, devour books, watch interviews, and absorb any content they put out. Sometimes, virtual mentorship can be just as enlightening. In the end, no matter how robust your skill set, your resources, or your fancy spreadsheet, relationships can amplify or stifle your growth. Surround yourself with energy-draining naysayers and you'll be stuck. Surround yourself with driven, positive, and resourceful folks, and you'll find doors opening left and right. That's the power of a strong network. And if you watch our series on financial freedom, the stealth wealth mindset, and apply exactly what I tell you, I guarantee you'll start living the life you deserve instead of the life you can only dream of. We've created an entire playlist that explains exactly how to get there. Just make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay updated. Number 5, the magic of boring, aka budgeting. Okay, now, wait. Before you click off thinking budgeting sounds about as exciting as watching paint dry, let me ask you this. Would you rather be temporarily bored or permanently broke? Exactly. See, budgeting is like flossing. Nobody enjoys it, but skip it and you're going to pay for it later. Look, just picture this. Imagine your money is a rowdy kindergarten class, and budgeting is the patient but firm teacher who keeps everyone from eating glue. Keep your dollars disciplined and they'll stop running off every time Amazon whispers sweet nothings into your ear. If you think of money management like a diet, consider a budget the meal plan that keeps you from devouring an entire triple chocolate cake in one sitting. Sure, budgeting might not be the sexiest topic. Nobody goes to a party bragging about their color-coded spreadsheet. But guess what? That color-coded spreadsheet could be the unsung hero that turns you into a financial powerhouse. Oh, and here's the deal. A budget isn't about punishing yourself for enjoying the occasional Starbucks or Netflix binge. It's about telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. By mapping out your income, your fixed expenses, your savings rate, and even your fun money, you gain total clarity. And clarity is power. When you actually see how much you're dropping on random Amazon purchases or fancy dinners, it becomes a lot easier to course correct. But what if I told you there's a sneaky trick that banks don't want you to know? Something to turn their game back on them. Curious yet? Good, because it's about to get juicy. Number 4, make banks your best friends, credit leverage. The fact is, most people fear credit cards like they're haunted. But used wisely, honestly, credit is the best tool since sliced bread. Or avocado toast if you're under 30. Think of credit like fire. Use it right, you get barbecue. Use it wrong, you're burnt toast. Leveraging credit smartly can actually boost your wealth. Just promise me you'll pay your balances monthly. Deal? Good. Because interest is the kind of relationship drama nobody wants. And to be honest, credit leverage is a topic I want to dedicate a separate video to. If there's any interest, just let me know in the comments. Speaking of drama, ever feel like your job's giving you the silent treatment when it comes to your paycheck? Yeah, let's talk about that. Number 3, fail faster, win quicker. Entrepreneurship. All right, now, I know entrepreneurship sounds glamorous until you realize it's 90% failure wrapped in Instagram filters. But here's the catch. Failure is your secret ingredient. Every failure is like leveling up in a video game. Collect enough experience points and boom, you're defeating the final boss called financial mediocrity. Embrace failure fast and you'll accelerate success. Plus, it gives you awesome stories for cocktail parties. Speaking of secrets, want to know what Warren Buffett whispers to his money at night? It's this next strategy. Number 2, long game mastery, compound interest. Ah yes, compound interest. The 8th wonder of the world, or as I like to call it, money's magical power-up mushroom. It's slow, subtle, but turns ordinary savings into massive wealth over time. Imagine planting a money tree and watering it occasionally. Over years, it becomes a forest. It's literally the financial version of patience being a virtue. But trust me, it pays off better than your ex's promises. We've all been there. Now, since you made it this far, I think this is the most underrated wealth-building method that has created millionaires for generations. And I believe it can absolutely change your life. Number 1, build legacy wealth. Estate planning. Estate planning isn't just for rich old guys in smoking jackets. It's how the wealthy stay wealthy across generations. Think of estate planning as your financial willpower. Literally, it's about controlling your wealth from beyond the grave, which sounds creepy but is actually brilliant. Secure your legacy so your great-grandkids can thank you while flying in their hover cars. Bottom line, if you're ready to graduate from financial kindergarten to money mastery, make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. In fact, mastering these stealth wealth strategies is only step 1. I'm about to explain exactly the hidden power of stealth wealth for complete beginners. Just click the video on the screen now, and we'll see you there.